Once again, Gibson have gone and outdone themselves. They recently introduced the new Murphy Lab guitars, and boy oh boy do I have some opinions.
I got a lot of problems with you people. Now, you're gonna hear about it.
Now, I'm not trying to qualify myself here, but my favorite guitar is a Gibson. It's this 339. My main acoustic guitar is a Gibson. It's a Dove. When the guitars are done right, they are really hard to beat. They're fantastic instruments. However, when you look back to the not so recent past and remember the whole play authentic thing, I can't help but poke fun at this new line of guitars. Now, one of the biggest complaints that I've been seeing all across the guitar world and the internet itself is about the pricing of these guitars. Now, that's its own kind of subject, and I'm going to kind of reference pricing in some of my examples that I'm going to give here, but that's not my biggest kind of takeaway of like, really guys. And with that being said, anything you're going to buy new from the Gibson historic line is going to be pretty expensive. Now, as you can see on your screen, this in fact is some of the pricing for a lot of the models in the current line of the Murphy Labs. And so what is my gripe then if I'm not going to just solely harp on the price of them being new? Because I understand these are expensive instruments to make, I get that. My thing is this: because they are relic'd, the whole mystique of the brand new, I get why you're paying so much for it, kind of, it goes out the window with Gibson for me. And here's why. PRS, they don't have guitars from the 60s. They don't have guitars from the 50s. They have guitars that started in the 80s. So they don't relic guitars. They don't do any of that crap. And if Paul ever does that, oh my God, I'm not going to be very happy camper. However, that being said, when you buy a PRS at one of these price points, you are getting a majestic piece of art that if somebody looked at it funny, you'd probably be offended, because it's one of those things. They're meant to be mint, if you understand what I'm saying. And when I looked at the original historic lines that have been going on for ages, like the R9s, the R0s, R6s, R7s, so on and so forth, those come pristine from the factory. And some of them do come with faded finishes. However, once you introduce them being relic'd, to me, the whole point goes out the window, especially for a few of the models. So why would you spend $6,000 or up on a production model guitar from right now when you can buy a vintage one that's in player grade condition? It's gonna play great. What does it matter if it has something like a refret at that point? What does it matter? Because you're gonna spend the same price on something new. It's not gonna have the same inherent value. The difference is the woods on these are already aged, they're broken in, they have real history behind them, and you can get them for the same price. So let's check out a few 335s. I'm gonna link on that I found this morning on Reverb without much effort. The 355, 345, 330s, you get the point. Once you start looking at these kinds of price ranges, you look back at the Murphy Labs and you're like, I don't know about that. And I have said this in a different video, but the one thing that you can't fake with vintage guitars, and I know they're not for everybody, and I know they're not in everybody's price range, but if we're doing a comparison in this price range, and you can buy a new one that's pre-beat up to look like something from back then, but it's not, or you can just buy the real thing for pretty much the same price, or sometimes even cheaper. I don't know, I think you're kind of crazy to be going the new route on those. That's just my opinion. Guitars like Strats and Tellies, though, I mean, and Les Pauls in this example, to get the glory years, you're going to spend a hell of a lot more money. So I'm going to move to a different point here. Say you wanted a R9. The heavy aged R9 here is $11,000. It's $10,999. All right. Now, since the guitar is already, pre-relic'd or whatever, why not just buy a used R9? It's made in the same place for the same people. Like, you could get that for a third of the price, like nearly a third of the price. It's still historic. It's still a Gibson historic. It's still their top of the line building. It is just, oh man, why would you do this? Why would you do this? Look at these prices. And these are all pulled from today. I didn't cherry pick and I didn't look very hard. R6, boom, few grand less. R8s, R9s, R0s, all these. I just don't see the point, especially with the Les Pauls, because you can get the same guitar, not beat up, for a better price used. And even if it does have a few scratches on it, you're going to get a few scratches in wear when you buy the $11,000 model of it. Like, what are you doing? And I get that Gibson is completely tone deaf right now. Believe me, I understand that. They're trying to sell me t-shirts for $68 plus shipping. But if I have a little bit more money, I could buy a hoodie for $170 plus shipping. Clearly, they have no concept of what the working man and the working musician is going through right now to be doing these kinds of pricings. When your company has a slogan, play authentic, and then you are selling pre-beat up stuff of your own guitars, what is authentic about that? What's authentic? It was built in the same factory. The aging's not authentic. You've kind of just, gone against your own tagline. I don't understand people that do marketing. I just don't. It just, to me, I read it right away and I laughed. And I don't care. I mean, you want to go buy one of these guitars, knock yourself out. However, I don't get it. I don't get what they're doing marketing wise, and I get that they're going to make money. They're going to sell these because at the end of the day, they see what Fender's doing. They sell guitars that are destroyed. Fender, destroyed. Like, the paint is almost entirely stripped off. I did a few of them in the other video that was about the Casino Guitars custom shop review. They look like they're just literally beaten to death, but they sell, and they sell for a lot, and they're sought after. So if you're Gibson, why wouldn't you be doing this? How do you blame them for doing it? It's hard to, because these will sell, and they are going to be limited in numbers, and that's just the fad, I guess. Everyone just wants pre-beat up stuff. It's sad. However, that's where I'm going to love and leave you guys today. Just thought I'd get on my little soapbox here, because I found it very ironic, given the way that Gibson has been presenting themselves, that they would do this at this time, especially when there's other options from Gibson themselves that are available that are the same guitars for less money. Leave me a like if you like what I'm doing on this channel. I really do appreciate it. I've been getting a lot of more interaction lately, so leave me another comment so we can keep that going. Subscribe if you haven't, and if not, I will see you guys tomorrow for the next gear video. Take care, everyone.